When you think of Eddie Murphy movies, it's very easy to think of his biggest hits. There is a topic of conversation that at a certain point his movies haven't been as good as they used to be. I looked at his resume and I found 7 that I think are great that don't get talked about as much as they should. Harlem Nights definitely has a cult following, and Eddie Murphy actually directed this. It's an excellent crime comedy period piece that saw him work with 2 of his biggest influences, Richard Pryor and Red Fox. And working with Pryor was a big deal considering that the media at a certain point tried to ignite a feud between them. Boomerang is actually a very different movie for Eddie Murphy in the early 90s. It's a romantic comedy that definitely sees Murphy flex his comic talent. It's also a very deep and mature approach to a film of this type. It shows the power that Murphy had with major studios at the time. It brings together an immense amount of African American talent, and these characters play successful people, to the point that certain reviews of this movie were so ignorant. One critic had the audacity to say that they couldn't take this movie seriously because they can't see African American characters be successful like this. Are you kidding me? The Distinguished Gentleman is not only a gem, it's relevant. Eddie Murphy plays a con man who runs for office, and specifically because he shares a name with another politician, depending on name recognition to get elected. And what starts out as just another hustle for him to make money sees quite a change of heart because he realizes the struggles of those he's representing and how his fellow politicians just don't care. Metro is a solid action comedy, one that actually goes to some pretty dark places for a movie of this type starring Eddie Murphy. Imagine Brian De Palma directed Dirty Harry, but it's an Eddie Murphy movie. Life definitely has a following, but it doesn't get the talk it always deserves. A period piece that spans many years sees Eddie Murphy well paired with Martin Lawrence, and there's a lot that this film has to say thematically that is as relevant as ever. Bowfinger is a great film about the film industry. Eddie Murphy and Steve Martin work so well together. Murphy even plays 2 different characters. There's a lot of jokes and references in this film that never fail to get a good laugh out of me. Last but not least, let's talk about Dolomite Is My Name, one of the best films he's done in recent years. A biopic on Rudy Ray Moore, who famously created a character named Dolomite, which eventually became a film that pioneered the blaxploitation subgenre. Honestly, this should have been a Best Actor nomination for Eddie Murphy.